Hi Bram, another question for you. There's been a lot of controversy or discourse about change management, and it seems like a big struggle in companies to really get people changing their habits and changing the way they work. So we have a question for you. How do you deal with change management when you are implementing the next step in forecasting, like you do with leading indicator forecasting, for example?
Good question. I do believe that indeed people are risk averse and in general are averse to change. And certainly when it comes to more advanced mathematical modeling, like is being done in leading indicator forecasting, people prefer to trust their gut feeling instead of analytical models. And addressing that change management challenge is key. If you step over it, it will backfire on you 6 months later or 12 months later down the road after having made significant investments, which at that point are then getting blocked and certainly not delivering the results that you had anticipated. And how if you take the example of leading indicator forecasting, how do you do that? Well, make sure that people understand what they are doing and why they are doing it. And if you look at leading indicator forecasting, there is a lot of talk about the autonomous supply chain, like we have self-driving vehicles. The question is like, why do we still need planners, right? Or why do humans still need to intervene when you make a forecast? Why can't we make, based on artificial intelligence type of technology, a forecasting model which takes a lot of inputs and which people do not necessarily understand, but which simply gets the forecast right? And I think there's the risk that if you step to more black box type of models, you have a potential issue in the sense that black box models will be trusted as long as what they predict is perfectly in line with what is actually happening. But it's only a matter of time before black box models come up with a strange prediction, or something has happened in the market which the black box model didn't foresee. And if it's a black box, people don't understand why the model didn't foresee it, or why the model predicted something that then actually didn't help or didn't really come true. So instead of immediately switching to black box models, I'm a big fan of simplifying the model. And instead of maybe using 50 indicators, start with using 2 or 3 or 4 indicators, which are well understood by people in the organization, and which also explains the model quite well, because if it's only 2 or 3 indicators, it's possible to explain like this is the dominant one, and the second indicator is then more used in that type of uncertain situations, I don't know, to indicate whether the trend will be accelerating or will be decreasing. So you can explain it to people if they understand what is the level of intelligence that the model does contain and what is the level of intelligence that the model does not contain, so still resides with them as demand planners or as supply planners. They will be much more willing, first of all, to start working with the models, and it means that if the model is a bit more simple, they will need to do manual adjustments to include information which is not included in the model. But it will only be a matter of time before they say, okay, I really know now how this basic model works, and instead of doing this type of manual adjustments every 3 months or every 6 months, can we not make the model more intelligent to do this type of stuff for us, right? So they will more easily embrace a somewhat more simple model, and once they see that working well, they will gradually make the model more clever and a bit smarter, and in that sense gradually build the autonomous supply chain that I believe we will be going through over a longer period of time.
All right, thank you.